Hello friends, in earlier video we have seen basic principle of H1 NMR, that is PMR spectroscopy, along with chemical shift and the nature of PMR spectrum. Now today we have to see factors effects on the chemical shift of the protons. So here the first factor we have to see inductive effect, then we have to see magnetic anisotropy. So here in the first one, inductive effect. So we know the inductive effect are of two types, electron donating effect and electron withdrawing effect. So here we have to see the effect of electron donating and electron withdrawing on the chemical shift of the protons. If you see the simple example of electron withdrawing effect, so electronegative elements such as halogens are electron attracting groups. As halogens are showing minus I effect because they are electron withdrawing. When any electron withdrawing group attached to carbon which is possessing protons, so the protons get deshielded because electron density around the proton get decreased because of the electron attraction by the electron withdrawing groups. So the deshielded protons will give signal in the downfield region, so at a higher delta value, means they give signal away from the reference standard. So the distance between the signal of that proton and the standard reference will be more in case of deshielded protons. So the deshielded protons give signal away from the TMS, and this deshielding is also depends on the electronegativity of halogen atom. If we see the example of CH4, CH3I, CH3Br, CH3Cl and CH3F. So when we see these examples, now this is simple hydrocarbon. The protons of this methane are highly shielded. Its chemical shift is around 0.2 delta. But when this electronegative iodine attached to this, then its chemical shift is around 2.4 delta. But when the bromine attached to the carbon, then it deshields more than this, so its chemical shift is around 2.8 delta. When we again move towards more electronegative elements such as chlorine, then we are having here a chemical shift around 3.1 delta. But for the fluorine is very electronegative, and it is the most electronegative element in the periodic table. So its chemical shift is around 4.1 delta. So as we are moving from this to this, minus I effect increases from the left to right. As minus I effect is increases, electron density around these methyl groups decreases. So if you see the electron density around these methyl groups is less in case of this, then this, then this, then this. So electron density around this is very less, so this proton get deshielded. So the deshielded protons will have higher chemical shift, that is because they are giving signal away from the TMS, they give signal in the downfield region. Always remember, deshielded protons will have higher chemical shift, while the shielded protons will have lower chemical shift. Now here these are the deshielded protons. So minus I effect increases the chemical shift or increases the deshielding. If you see here example of another kind such as ethane, CH3, CH3, 6 hydrogens are there. If you see the example of acetone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, and the next example is dimethyl ether. So see, in each of the example, all the 6 hydrogens are identical. So ethane, acetone and dimethyl ether. So in this ethane, we are having chemical shift around 0.5 delta because these are highly shielded. But when we move towards this, as this electronegative oxygen attached to this carbonyl, so it will have delta negative charge, so this carbon will have delta positive charge, so it attracts electron from this. So the proton's chemical shift here slightly increases. These are the acetyl proton around 2.1 delta. But when we move towards this electronegative element oxygen, oxygen is electronegative. It is the second most electronegative after the fluorine. So here its chemical shift is around 3.5 to 3.6 delta. So see here, the de-shielding is increases when we move from ethane to acetone, acetone to dimethyl ether. So the chemical shift is increases. So here the minus I effect increases the de-shielding. So they give signal in the downfield region, they require less amount of energy for the resonance, hence they give signal quickly. So it is away from the TMS, away from the reference standard. So here these are the examples here we have seen. Now if you see here example of simple molecules such as ethanol, ethyl alcohol, CH3, CH2OH. Now in this ethyl alcohol, here we will have three signals, this A, B and C, as we have seen in the earlier lecture. So these three signals given by this ethanol because of the three kinds of protons here. But here the chemical shift of this is around 1.1 delta. Here this CH2 attached to oxygen, so it get de-shielded, its chemical shift is around 4.0, and this hydroxy proton is having chemical shift around 5.0. So hydroxy proton may give signal between 2 to 5. At any position we may get signal for the hydrogen which is attached to electronegative elements such as oxygen. So we do not have the very significant range, chemical shift for the hydroxy. It is ranges from the 2 to 5 or 1 to 5. But here this CH2 we can see here, this CH2 is having 4.0 because it is attached to electronegative element oxygen. So here in this case we have seen here the de-shielding of protons because of minus I effect. Electron attracting effect de-shields the protons. So here this is the inductive effect which affects on the chemical shift of the protons. Now next we have to see magnetic anisotropy. So this is very important effect which can be observed in case of multiple bonded compounds or the pi bonded compound. For a simple example, if you see benzene contain sp2 hybrid carbons, then ethylene CH2 double bond CH2, it is again sp2, this is sp2, this is sp2, and if you see here the sp hybrid such as HC triple bond CH, so this is acetylene. Now if you see the chemical shift of protons in benzene or aromatic system is around 7.5 delta. Now see the chemical shift of this ethylene or these aromatic protons ranges from the 6.5 to 8.5 delta, depends on the various substituents. So this is the range of aromatic protons, these are highly de-shielded. Now see the chemical shift of the ethylene is around, or the olefins is around 4.5 to 6.0 delta. And in case of acetylene, now here we expect more de-shielding for the acetylene, but practically it is having chemical shift from 2.5 to 3.5 delta, means it is highly shielded as compared to alkanes. So here we are getting some anomalous or some unexpected kind of behavior. Actually we are expecting more de-shielding for this than this, but here it is around 3 delta. So here quiet shielding. So this totally explained on the basis of magnetic anisotropy. So what is magnetic anisotropy? When the compound contain pi electrons, if any multiple bonded compound, so due to the circulation of that pi electrons, when such a compounds are placed in external magnetic field, so due to the influence of external magnetic field and the presence of pi electrons, they induces secondary magnetic field. So this secondary magnetic field can be aligned to applied magnetic field or can be opposing to applied magnetic field. So in the region of nuclei, if the induced magnetic field, that is secondary magnetic field, which is generated by this, it can be aligned, so the protons can be de-shielded, or when it opposes to the applied magnetic field, then the protons may be shielded. So this effect on shielding and on de-shielding due to the circulation of pi electrons in other parts of a molecule called as magnetic anisotropy. So magnetic anisotropy is, it is the effect of current produced by the circulation of pi electrons in other parts of a molecule on the shielding and on the de-shielding of proton, called as magnetic anisotropy. Now here we have to see magnetic anisotropy in aromatic compounds such as benzene, alkenes and the acetylene. So here when we see the example of benzene, so when this benzene placed in external magnetic field, so here these are the hydrogens attached to this, so this is the direction of magnetic field. So now here, due to the circulation of pi electrons, so it creates large amount of ring current. So there are the perpendicular p orbitals which are continuously rotated, and because of the delocalization and it is placed in the applied magnetic field, it produces large amount of ring current. So here this is the ring current produced by this. Now here this, due to the circulation of pi electrons, it creates the secondary magnetic field. Now here it creates the secondary magnetic field. So here this is the direction of secondary magnetic field. So when we see here, this is the H0. So here when the proton is there in this region, this is our nuclei, where this secondary magnetic field and this applied magnetic field, this is the applied magnetic field which is reinforcing, which is aligned. So here it is aligned. So because of this, the proton get de-shielded because it requires less amount of energy for the resonance. So when this induced magnetic field, this is the induced or secondary magnetic field. So this is aligned to the H0, aligned to magnetic field. Hence the proton get de-shielded. So this is called as de-shielded. So such a de-shielded aromatic protons, because of the large amount of ring current, large amount of induced magnetic current is generated, field is generated which is aligned to this. So the protons will require less amount of energy for the resonance. When it requires less amount of energy for resonance, then it gives signal away from the TMA. So the chemical shift of aromatic protons is around 6.5 to 8.5 delta. Now it depends on again substitution pattern. It can be towards this or towards the more de-shielded. So in this way, this is the magnetic anisotropy in the aromatic system. Because of the circulation of pi electrons, it creates large amount of ring current. In presence of this applied magnetic field, it induces secondary magnetic field, and this secondary magnetic field is here aligned to external magnetic field where the nuclei are situated. So in this way, here also same. So here all the hydrogens will be influencing or will be experiencing the de-shielding effect. So here the chemical shift is around 6.5 to 8.5 delta. Now if you see here example of alkene, so C double bond C, here these are hydrogens. Now again this is here the placed in applied magnetic field. So here these are the pi electrons which creates here the current. So because of the circulation of pi electrons, when it placed in applied magnetic field, then it creates a current. Now this again, it creates secondary magnetic field. So here this secondary magnetic field is here again aligned. So here there are the protons are situated where nuclei, and here this secondary magnetic field is again aligned. So this is secondary magnetic field which is aligned to applied magnetic field. So again these protons require less amount of energy for resonance. When it requires less amount of energy for resonance, then it gives signal away from this. So it gives signal in the downfield region. So the protons are de-shielded. So these de-shielded protons will have chemical shift around 4.5 to 6.0 delta, or again beyond the 6, around up to 6.5 delta. So in this way, this is the unexpected behavior we can observe in case of this because of the magnetic anisotropy. Now if you see the example of next compound such as sp hybrid acetylene. Now when this acetylene which is placed here in the applied magnetic field, so here we have field orients in this direction. So here this is the applied magnetic field. Now here, due to this pi electrons, it creates the current because of the circulation. Now this again generates this secondary magnetic field. So here this secondary magnetic field is here. If you see, this is the hydrogen. Here there is a hydrogen. Here there is hydrogen, carbon, carbon. Now here this is opposes. Here this is the region where the nuclei are located. Now here these are opposing. Here it is aligned, but here it is opposing. So here this secondary magnetic or induced magnetic field opposes H0. So it causes shielding. So it gets shielded. So it requires more amount of energy for resonance, because to overcome this opposing force, it requires more amount of energy for the resonance. So it gets shielded, and the shielded protons require more amount of energy for the resonance. So it gives signal in the range around 2.5 to 3.5 or 3.0 delta. Here this is because of the magnetic anisotropy we observe in case of acetylenes. But if you see here again example of aldehyde. So in case of aldehyde such as carbonyl compound, so when we have here this is R, here this is H. So here when this aldehyde which is placed in this applied magnetic field, when we are taking its H1 NMR spectra, then these pi electrons are here circulates, and it again creates the induced magnetic field. Now here this induced magnetic field will like this. So here this is again aligned to H0. So this is called as, this causes de-shielding of proton. So the aldehydic proton is also again highly de-shielded, and its chemical shift is around 9 to 10 delta. So these are highly de-shielded. The chemical shift of formyl proton is around 9 to 10. So this is the effect of magnetic anisotropy on the chemical shift. So magnetic anisotropy is due to the circulation of pi electrons. It creates current, and which induces the secondary magnetic field, which can be aligned to the applied magnetic field or which can be opposite to applied magnetic field. Because of that, protons may be shielded or de-shielded. Here we have seen aromatic compounds, olefins, acetylenes and the aldehydes. So these are the two effects here we have discussed, inductive effect and magnetic anisotropy. Both are affecting the chemical shift. So here we have seen factors affecting chemical shift, inductive effect and magnetic anisotropy. Thank you.